mess around with this here a second. That's nice. Had a little
We had some
tech.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, I couldn't
I
hear
was
you for anything, man. I don't know what was going on with the deal.
probably the mic or something. I had to restart the computer, and that seemed to solve the problem.
I got you. That's good. Yeah, I was trying to mess with the in the settings, like the background and all that, but it's giving me a little bit of grief here. It won't quite work right. So there must be probably
What's it
some
not?
problems with
What's it
the
not
ad.
doing?
Well, it's gonna change the background.
Oh, to the brick wall.
Um, Yeah, or something, but I can't. I'm not seeing it under here when I go into the settings or any of that stuff. It only has audio or camera facing whatever direction.
Yeah.
Ultra dual Y. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know it did that. Back camera. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just messing with that, dude. And trying to figure this technology out for an old man, it's tough stuff. Tough
Well, it's kind of
stuff.
daunting, man.
We gotta figure it
Eventually,
out together.
unless I had somebody to show me shit, I really don't feel like fucking with it. But I do. I do.
You had more technology to show you how to do it, right? It was Chat GPT had to help you.
Well, yeah, I use Chat GBT for when you get stuck in different places when you're trying to make a video, you can ask it for advice. Where do I
Yeah.
go to? Where do I go to do this and that? And it can, you know, I mean, the thing about it, it can explain it to you until you get it. It
Yeah.
doesn't get. It's not gonna get tired of explaining shit to you.
Yeah, no shit to that.
That's
I
what
uh I
that's what I like
I
about
feel
Chat
that,
GPT.
bro. I don't mind explaining things or whatever, but it does get old after a bunch of times. And it's tough too because I'm on the other end of that, having bad hearing. I'm like, what? I didn't quite hear all that. What? Like, okay, it's that last part. I need you to repeat it for the 15th time. But
Right?
I know how that goes. I know how that goes, man. So what you up to tonight, man? When I got on the thing a minute ago, I could see you in the background all blurry back there.
Yeah,
You came
I was
you came
I
into the
was
camera and then you went away.
I was checking to see if you were there, but I was snacking on some strawberries.
I saw you were snacking. I thought you had an apple. I thought I
Nah, I
saw
was
you
eating
with an apple.
strawberries.
And I was like,
Some
oh, Kevin's eating an apple because I wanted to show you something. Look what I
what's that?
got.
You got an apple? Oh shit!
It's it's a pink lady, it said. I don't know if I've ever eaten one of these, man, but hopefully it's sweet. I like a good apple. So it's one of those that has to keep refrigerated and whatnot. So it didn't cost very much. They go by the pound, so it was like 40 cents for a freaking apple. So I think that's not too
All right,
bad.
we
Oh,
got our newest interim coach, Joe.
woo! I know big news. Did you see my
Joe, the newest blue belt, or one of the newest blue belts.
yeah, not
We
the
got an
newest, but did you see
interim
yeah, yeah, you see my banner there that I changed it?
Yeah.
It says
What does that say?
Coach Joe. Coach Joe, a senpai. The senpai
That's like
is
the Marine.
no,
Isn't that the
that's
Marine thing?
Simplify. That's
Oh,
Simplify. That's different. No, senpai is like not the master in the dojo, but like his assistant,
oh,
is like a senpai. It's another name for a coach, man. I'm being silly. But hey
right.
man, I'm excited, dude. And
Hey,
even though it's
a win is a win.
dude, I know, man, even though it's funny, it's temporary, or what do you call it? On a substitute basis. But
Yeah.
it's funny how the universe manifests itself, man, because you've been asking about it for a little bit, if I want
Mhm.
to and if I'm ready and this and that. And I've actually had a couple of other people ask me over the last like month or two, quite often, a few different people, like when I'm gonna do that. And for a while I was like, ready, ready. And then I was like, when they feel I'm ready or the opportunity arises and they think I
Right.
can and I'm asked to do it, I'm gonna do it. And then, it just kind of happened to happen that way. But I'm excited, man. Even if nobody shows up, I got things to do. You know what I
And
mean?
then you
Uh,
could be like, you never know when Dawson might want to take off, or what's her name? Brittany might want to take off. We
yeah.
already got
Well,
somebody to call
Coach
on.
Carlos will be back soon. It's funny. I thought about that because Mr. Dawson, he became a patrolman recently, and he's been working a lot. I was thinking there may be opportunity at some point to help out a little bit more. I just want to get in there and do it and just do a good job, man. And if anybody does show up, I want them to learn and have fun, and then I'll just go from there. I'm just excited,
All right. So do you know, like,
just to be asked, honestly.
now?
I'm
Do you have
sorry.
any ideas what your first lesson might be?
I already have a whole lesson plan that I have figured out since class earlier. It's kind of gonna depend on how many and who shows up,
Yeah, that's true too.
but I've got a couple of games. Okay, hypothetically, I have two white belts show up.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some warm ups and some stretching. A couple of those warm ups are gonna be games, and those games are gonna determine a winner and a loser, and that winner and a loser is gonna determine positions for the roles when we start positional rolling,
Hmm.
which we will be doing at the end of class. Uh, from certain positions is going to determine. Say you win the whatever I have planned, then you get the prime position in the start of the roll. You know what I mean? Whether it be the mount or the back or whatever the case may be. So I've got that going on. I've got some exercises that I want to do primarily that are going to be uh, course related for the day. We're going to get that heartbeat up. And since I am old school and gritty, we're going back to some of that stuff me and you did early on. We're going back to some
Okay.
stand up. We're going
Okay.
back to some. We're going back to some stand up,
Oh
some
shit.
pummeling, some butt touch. We're gonna do some arm drags to the back take.
Oh, I forgot about
We're
that. Yeah, we did those two.
we're gonna do that. Once we get to the back take and we have it secure, I'm hoping to do that drop down sweep where you drop down on one knee and stick your leg out across and trip them down.
Mm.
Uh, so we're gonna add that in if we get some people, and then I want to do a knee cut pass right into case of Katami into reverse case of Katami, and then and
Then
then do that arm and do the arm bar. Oh yeah, dude, I got that's not even all, bro. I want to do Sumigashi sweeps from the fucking butterfly. I got a lot, bro. So it's gonna just depend,
well,
like
you
I
might
said,
be
on who
able to
else.
get to two. You only might be able to get to two of those things.
Oh, I understand that, but
No.
I'm not gonna run out of things to do, is
Okay,
what
I
I'm
see.
saying. I've got a list. You know how I took that note earlier of the code I needed. I added a bunch of stuff to that list and made a list of stuff that I want because I thought of some stuff, right? And this is you and I. We'll be like, "Hey, man, I want to work on this later and stuff, and I want to work on this." And we're like, "Yeah, that'll be real cool, man." And all of a sudden, wait a minute, what was that thing we wanted to do? Oh, I couldn't remember. Oh, we forgot to do that at practice. So
Yeah.
I don't want any of that happening to me. So I made a bunch of notes. I'm preparing
Oh,
ahead of time. So if I run into that spot, I can go, oh, click, 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 click. Okay, we're gonna do this. So that's my
okay.
plan, man. A little stretching, a little cardio, a little physicality, and some technique. It's gonna be
Nice.
drill, baby, drill. It's gonna be drill, baby, drill. So that's my plan, man. I plan on making my coaches proud, all of them.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
hey, speaking of coaches, let me throw a shout out real quick. I noticed I looked on the Facebook after we left. The women's no gi class is right after our 5:30 gi class tonight. Coach
yes.
Brittany got promote. Coach Brittany got promoted during no gi. She got a second stripe added to her belt for
Oh,
her
okay.
hard work and excellence at teaching the Wednesday 5:30 class, I assume. So I thought that was pretty rad. Um, so congratulations and shout out to her. I also wanted to give a shout out to IBJJF qualifier, Mr. Colton Phoenix for getting out there and getting it done over this last weekend. I think he was in Austin, right? Isn't that where he competed?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was in Austin, but he's one of our resident pros, and
I
he
didn't know.
did
I didn't know
well.
he got second.
Mm,
Is that what you're saying?
I
Or you didn't say he
I
qualified.
thought
You say,
I thought he was carrying that gold medal. He qualified.
oh,
He
that's right. That's
qualified
right.
for
Yeah.
it was a qualifier for Worlds, I believe. So he won
Oh, okay.
that.
Okay.
Yep. So that was pretty
Yeah,
rad.
I missed that.
But and then so we had that going on. Had a pretty good class tonight. Same stuff we did a few weeks back, but a
We did
refresher
the
on the sorts with that all that bolo stuff. That was pretty good. I liked
yeah, we did
it.
the I guess that would be kind of like a I guess
What's
a
that?
berimbolo. It said just a berimbolo from a different position than we had it from. But the
Yeah, I thought it
but
was.
but to take the back,
What?
don't forget to scoot your hips out and
Yeah,
turn
that
and
was
turn to the side.
that was a nice little key to that. It's funny you said talk about getting your hips out. Another thing I was thinking about doing, and I haven't done in a while. I remember when I used to be a bottom half guard, and
Mhm.
I would take your arm and arm drag your arm across, reach across to your lat, and then I would lift up and extend your foot and drag your leg out and make you fall over into a back take.
Yeah,
You remember I used to do that? I was thinking about teaching that to some people. I haven't done that in a while.
yeah. You
I was
haven't
thinking
done
if they came in, I might teach them that slick little move. Yeah, I done. I got so much other stuff now. I kind of forget about it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I had some good rolls this evening. Well, I only had one actually in the evening class. I only ended up going against Jake. Um, at first, Jared was going to come over and roll with me, and then that tall guy, the one you called the Swede, I don't know his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
He came over, and they were kind of like, "Who me? Who me?" Kind of like fucking Night at the Rocks. They were like Night at the Roxbury, like trying to figure
Yeah.
out which one was going. Who me? Who me? So what ended up happening was I told them to go ahead and roll together, and I'd take an old man round. And so I set out. So when I said that,
Oh,
I
that's why
started
you
mat
were watching
sniping.
me. Was that when you were watching me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So when I said that, my plan was to mat snipe. I was going to look around and find me a white belt or someone looked real beat up and tired.
yeah, 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 yeah.
and I was gonna go find him. And then I noticed Robert was kind of alone, so I was like, well, cool, maybe I'll end up just getting around with Robert. Well, he took his gi off, and then I seen Jake sitting there, so I went. I was gonna see about just getting another round with him, but he didn't really want none particularly, so we just kind of sat and chilled and
Oh,
chit
okay,
chatted.
okay.
And I watched your roll, and I watched the Swede and Jared a little bit. The kid was all over Jared for a minute, but Jared done good, man. Got a seatbelt, got on top, and was starting to
Oh,
smash
you
on him
did. Oh, shit.
from
Okay.
the S. Yeah, he had the gift wrap, dude. He had his arm wrapped up. He had him in the S mount, was like sitting on him, dude, trying to rip his arm out.
Yeah.
And I think the round ended with him fully trying to go for the arm bar, but he never could get it away. Right, the kid was holding on real tight. And then I
Hmm.
noticed the Swede kid. he was holding on to uh, Jared's pant leg inside, all four fingers inside of Jared's pant leg, dude. And I was like, oh, that's how come he can't. But I ain't the referee, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I nudged Jake. I said, dude, look at that fucking DQ, bro. Fucking DQ straight up. And he goes, oh, no shit. And I was like, that's why the kid can't get his arm out. But they did good, man. And then I watched you. All of a sudden, I heard boom, slap, boom, boom, slam of like human bodies flopping and slapping all around. And then I look over and it's you and that visiting blue belt kid. You were just slapping him off the mat. So my guess is he swept you and then you reversed it and swept him back over. Because to me, it happens to me occasionally, and it's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
It
I
sounded
think
like y'all went
I
tumbling,
think
and it was
I
like
think well
like
what
wham
happened
wham wham
was,
wham.
yeah, I was of course I wanted to win, but I just let him do what he wanted to do, and then
Uh huh.
and then I sometimes it doesn't work out, but I planned the escape. I got out and just took it from there. I
Yeah.
think
I
that
mean, for one,
I had I
that
almost
sounded
had a
pretty good.
I was going for a triangle at one point. I
Oh yeah.
mounted it and then I got flipped back
Good.
over and my leg was across his head and I was gonna go for another triangle,
Oh,
but
nice.
the
Oh
bell rang.
man, like I told you earlier, I've been real proud of you, lady, man. You've been going for a lot more triangles, and you've been not only that, they've been real good and secure. So I've been digging that. Hey, I also had that potentially for something tomorrow.
What's that?
From guard, working that shoulder crunch
Mm-hmm.
and getting the arm down and getting that leg over the back high, creating that lockdown, and then
Yeah,
working that straight arm into a possible triangle or armbar finish right there.
right.
So dude, I got enough for 10 classes right now in my brain already, and just thinking
Well,
about it
yeah,
and taking notes for.
you got the head and arm, the arm pinch, straight
Yeah.
arm right here. Uh, you go over
Well,
to the
all I
choke,
was gonna,
or if the leg's
I was
over,
just gonna go. If we got to that point, I was just gonna teach the straight arm lock, the Kimura, the triangle, and armbar probably. Is I was not too much, but I'm hoping though I get like Kobe or Jared, or I'm gonna see
man, we got.
Cisco tomorrow. I'm gonna see Cisco in the morning at the gym. I'm gonna try and see if I can coerce him maybe over there, get some
Yeah,
work in. But yeah. Just so if anybody at my gym is watching this or any of my coaches, I'm not being a narcissist or blowing my own head up. I know this is a substitute temporary basis, but I'm proud and happy of myself. That's why
oh
it says
yeah,
Coach Joe. just to just so you guys know, man. I'm just excited. Even if I'm teaching myself, hey, you know what's funny? I thought if nobody shows up, dude, I'm still gonna do some drills, right? But I'm
yeah.
gonna
I
just
remember.
pretend
I
like
remember you
someone's
saying that
there.
you're
No,
gonna stay
but
the
I'm
whole
gonna
hour.
take photos. I'm gonna set my timer on my phone and take photos, and I'm gonna post those photos like I'm doing a class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna post some photos of me just with dummies and shit.
Oh,
It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. But I'm hoping someone will show, man. But it'll be all good. What you
oh yeah.
stretching it out over there, bro?
Oh man, I'm just
Well, tonight,
my jaw is stiff.
yeah, it happens when you get your heads crushed sometimes and your face smashed.
Yeah, I think Joe
Mine's
did
still
it this
kind of
time.
sore. Yeah, mine is still kind of sore from getting, I got caught in that kind of Darce guillotine thing you had on me the other day. Made it kind of sore. And then that, accidental headbutt in the chin. It's better today though. It was rough
Oh,
there for that day or two. It was real
talking
sore,
about your
man.
chin? Your
Like,
chin? Are you
yeah,
talking about
you just
your chin?
like, yeah, my chin. But it
Oh,
was making my whole, like, even when I would like smile or make a certain face, it would kind of
yeah.
hurt because there
Dang.
was some swelling. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ugh, it's kind of irritating, but it's a lot better today, man. So, and hey, and I told you at the beginning of class, I got to work on a few details about the double leg, and I got to kind of half shoot it a few times on Jake, and he thought it was real good, right?
Hmm.
And so when we went to roll, the bell, Sharon started the clock, and he's over there straightening out his clothes, and I had ran to get a drink. Well, dude, I came rushing up to him, dude. My plan was to fucking go straight up to him, dude, and fucking blast. I was gonna blast double.
Oh,
I
you
was gonna
was?
blast double on Jake. Yeah, or I was like, I'm gonna do one of these two things as I'm getting close. I was either gonna
Yeah.
hit that blast double, or I was gonna grab his collar and just jump right into a guard pull. Like
Mm.
from moving full speed. But when I got close, bro, he fucking his legs just collapsed and he dropped to the ground to pull guard, dude.
Oh.
he he said he could see it in my eyes, dude.
Oh, shit. You got the
Yeah,
crazy eyes.
he said.
I can
Yeah,
see it
he
in your
said I saw you
eyes.
coming. Yeah, he said
Crazy shit.
he said something like I saw you closing in on me and I saw your eyes and I was like he goes I didn't want none of that and then he goes I just dropped straight to the ground and I thought it was funny, dude. I was like,
You got
dang
the
man,
You got Betty Davis eyes, man, from a long time ago.
I know I know I teased him because I was like, man, I've been trying to start my rolls on the feet the last couple of days. The people keep pulling guard on me when I get close to them.
Yeah.
But I'll run into somebody in the next few days that won't pull guard. I'll get fucked up or something, but it's cool.
Yeah, we got to start
It'll,
doing that stand up. We'll do that next week. Like
yeah, but I was
go ahead.
yeah gonna do some pummeling, and leaning on each other. I especially wanted to do that if say some guys show up and we roll, and even if we're doing positional, I'm gonna make them fucking pummel and hang on each other for about 3 minutes before they roll.
Yeah,
like old school, bro. We'll make them play butt touch and everything. I'll be like,
gotcha.
go for takedowns, but don't hit them. If your opponent falls down, pick them up.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell them all Diddy, bro. We had a good little round today, dude. I watched that video again. The way
Yeah.
I swept you off that mount, and it was like instinctual. I straight went for that leg, dude. And
Oh, you talking
you
about at
thought
the
you
end?
rolled it. Yeah, you thought you rolled
Yeah,
and
I
did
thought
some
I rolled,
cool
but I didn't
stuff.
roll it. But you rolled.
It was me.
Right,
I
right,
I
right.
did such a cool move. You thought you did.
No, no, I thought you had it, and then I turned somehow,
Yeah,
but
it was cool
you
though. The way I extended and I went out on your leg, and then I went into ashy like sort of, and then I just
yeah,
I rolled it to the other side and attacked the ankle, dude. It was sweet.
yeah.
I just thought it looked good. I thought it looked pretty good, man. That's all.
It kind of like it wasn't a plan thing. It's more like an instinct. It seemed like to
Yeah,
me.
that's what I was telling
It's
you.
like
Like
boom.
when I swept you off, it didn't just accidentally like really end up that way. It's like all that training we've been doing,
Yeah,
that muscle memory. You know what I mean? I went boom, boom, and I instantly just turned over into my shoulder and attacked like without thinking.
right, right, right,
And I
right.
and I and I and I and I got it. You know what I mean? And I got the finish, dude. Well, what I did was I hit the thing, I hit the sweep, I controlled, I attacked, I trapped, and then I attacked. You know what I mean? And like I
Right.
did all the right stuff. I did all the right stuff, man. So I was like, I'm proud of the way it went down.
Oh yeah.
And
It was
even
good. I felt it
even yet,
was.
and like even yesterday, I reversed that sweep, and then I got the mount, and like I mean, instantly when I got the mount, I went for the kill right away. Got the finish. Like it was like boom, boom, and it was the same thing on this. Like you got the mount, I hit the sweep, I I trapped a leg, I attacked it, boom, it was over. It was like, oh shit. It's just crazy how the dominoes fall, man. You know what I mean?
right?
It's like I love it
Instincts,
though.
instincts take over.
Yeah,
You know it,
you gotta use.
in all these positions, positional training. You know, we're gonna positionally spar eventually from those positions. Like what I was thinking about, you already have me in the heel hook, and now we're gonna practice rolling, just rolling up and down the mat. You're gonna have you got to practice keeping that position. You're gonna roll. You're gonna roll me, and we're gonna roll it so slow, but we gotta get used to it.
The heel hook's scary because as soon as they stop and go the other way, you're effed. Uh, it's funny. The other day, I Sean got me with the heel hook, but I asked him. I said, "Hey, can you get my foot again and like help me learn to pop the ankle,
Mhm.
better to free my foot without having to use my other foot or do some other stuff." You know what I mean? Because I hardly ever like straight ankles and all that. I do the boot, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And most of the time when people go for a heel hook or a toe hold, I use my other foot. I just kick the dog shit out of the elbow or the other foot or whatever and knock it off. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay.
And I might have to do that too, but I don't do it that much. But I guess I'm not that good at freeing the foot like that. So I do want to practice that a little bit more.
Hey, you muted yourself somehow. Oh, there you
I
go.
did just I did just now so I could take a bite of this apple and you didn't hear me crunching it.
All
I've
right,
been
so
doing
now
that.
we got what's that? The next thing we got AGF. We got the tournament, the big tournament coming up March 16th. Kids
Kids are on
on
the
that
15th and
weekend, Saturday,
adults are the 16th.
Sunday. I'll be doing gi and no gi. Joe's
Same
gonna
here.
be doing gi and no gi.
Yep. I'm saving absolute for later in the year.
That's right. Next summer, in the summer, absolute.
Yeah, the fall in September. And then
So hopefully, it's a stressing time for me.
I want to do
Um,
the ADCC really bad too. That's coming this summer also. I want to do that qualifier.
you sure?
Oh yeah.
Damn. Okay.
I mean
So,
it's jujitsu, but grapplers. There'll be a lot of
I
wrestlers
know,
and shit.
man. I know. That's
Dude,
national stage, man.
I have dreamed about the ADCC competing at it since like late '90s, bro. Since I knew about it, I always thought the Abu Dhabi Combat Championships were badass, bro.
Hmm.
I didn't even know they ever did them in the states up until the last few years.
Oh,
I always thought they were cool, man. Like Mark Kerr was there, Mark Coleman, those old dudes back in the day, like Hujamara Paul Harris, a lot of those guys were competing in that shit.
yeah, they
And,
are
and
cool.
I and I thought I thought the UFC was cool, but I thought the best grapplers in the world competed in ADCC. Like I never heard of IBJJF until the last couple years, and like some of this other stuff. But I've known about ADCC for a long time. So yeah, I think it'll be
Okay.
cool, man. But yeah, I'm interested in it. Like it's a qualifier too, so like you win. I don't know. Maybe I get a chance to compete in Dallas or wherever another one's at.
Hmm.
Maybe you do good there. Maybe who knows? Hey, man, you literally said earlier today. I think you were like, "Man, that's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna start competing national. Blah blah blah. This and this." So then I mentioned ADCC and go national, and you're like, "Are you sure?" Hell yeah.
Well, it's not that. It's having the confidence right now that you can compete at the you know that you can compete with these guys.
Well,
I mean, and being confident enough that you have a chance to that you can win. I mean, of course,
I,
not this is your first time, but not that you don't want to do it, but having the confidence that you're going to either succeed or not get smoked.
you can't you you can't skip your first time. You know what I mean? I can't skip to my second or third try. I gotta have a first time. So I gotta get my foot in the door, man. It's the same thing. I went and tried the AGF. I wasn't that successful at it, but I didn't quit.
Yeah, that's
I was
true.
like, I'm gonna refocus. I figured I made some mistakes. I'm gonna try and fix these holes in my game. I'll try it again. I try again in 6 months. I did a little better. Still made some more mistakes. So what I do again, same fucking thing, man. I'm gonna reset. So it'll be the same thing. If I never done the AGF till I done the AGF. I didn't do that well. I didn't quit. I didn't give up. I wasn't like, man, I'm never gonna do this because I, you know, didn't win at all the
Yeah.
first time. Dude, I did jujitsu for 2 weeks and I wanted to compete in the World Series of Jiu-Jitsu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have got smoked. Thank God I didn't. But I'm just saying, I'm I'm I mean I hate seeing it like, sounding cocky or egotistical or this, but I'm confident, that I would have the ability to at least be semi-successful, or I wouldn't even talk about doing it or
I
think
know. I
about it.
know. Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I
So
mean, for me, it's kind of like you're doing this
plus
stuff,
that
blah, 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 and then you know, you don't
plus
place, you don't win. It's like, you feel
when
that
I
pain.
when
You
I'm
feel,
70, it's like what I talked about the other day. When I'm 70, 75, I don't want to be like, man, I wish I would have done ADCC. You know, when I'm 70, 75, I could be like, man, remember when I went to ADCC and I got smoked or whatever, or I won a medal? It's like when I was teasing you on the treadmill when I was like, you need to finish, Kevin. I was like, you want your tombstone to say you did something or great, or you want it to just be like, here lies Kevin. He didn't even try, or
yeah,
something, You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying? So legacy, man. Legacy, remember?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. Professional legacy. But dude, I'm stoked.
Um.
But yeah, that was my goal months ago. Looking at everything, it was part of my
Yeah.
plan for this year. So
All right. So we got AGF. We got a whole bunch of kids. Not too many adults have signed up yet. That's what the news is. Um.
Jeff and Ramin,
Yeah.
Zach Smith, Tate, even though he's kind of an adult. But yeah, a lot of youngsters mostly so far. A whole bunch of kids. I think there's around 30 something. But there'll be
Hmm.
more, man. It was just the end of the early registration. So more guys will show up, man. We'll keep focusing that game. Up the round, up the cardio a little bit.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I got some fun stuff
So
planned.
all right. So how's our weight training coming? What? So you're the coach of the weights. How do you think you are progressing in your weight training, and how do you think I am progressing in my weight lifting training?
Well, you've been progressing more just in your flexibility and your ability to lift heavier.
Mm-hmm.
But I told you recently you got kind of stagnant and stale and started going back to those 15 and 20 pound comfortable weights. And I don't really like that. We're trying to pump that back up a little bit because it's like the same thing if you're injured and you just sit around and let it heal itself, and it's only going to get to 80%. So if you're lifting weights and you're only exerting 30% of your energy, your brain's only going to tell your body, hey, put out 30% of that effort. And your body's going to be like, okay, 30% effort is enough to lift this weight. We don't need this much muscles or whatever. Let's go ahead and let go of
Right,
that.
right, right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and we're trying to get stronger. We're trying to get more flexible, which is a big goal of ours. So we've definitely done that. And we're looking to not only physically with our looks fix our deficiencies, whether it be smaller, weaker, whatever on one side. We're trying to strengthen the areas around our deficiencies too, like our joints, knees, elbows, that kind of thing, and do some more stability, static type training.
Yeah.
So once we get there, man, with a little more flexibility and start getting the knees working a little better, I think it's going to be. I mean, because the more of your
I
body
think,
you can get, the more of your body you can get involved of the
yeah, of
exercise,
course.
the more you're going to get out of it. So
I
you're coming
agree.
along, man. I'm real proud of you, bro. Because like at Conquest, we didn't have that much weights for you to do a lot with, and
Hmm.
now we've got more, and some of it's mental too. You're like, oh, I can't lift that or whatever, and it's like, dude, yeah, you can. You're a big, strong guy, man. You're just as big as I am. Like you can do it. You just gotta will it to happen, man. So
Like the hat squat is new for me.
yeah, it's pretty new for me too, man.
I'm gonna have
I
to
took
build out when I build that up, man. I'm gonna be like, you're gonna be shooting in doubles, man.
It's a tough exercise, man,
Mm.
and some of that, like the higher reps I've been doing lately, and some of the heavier stuff is to build muscle endurance, so you can hold
Okay.
on for longer and be stronger for longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking
Okay.
about like
Muscle
talking
endurance.
about like the squeeze or whatever. Can you hold on longer than I can at full power?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's where some of that's coming from. Like you're
I
talking
mean,
about my squeeze gotten so strong and this lately. It's because the muscle endurance. I'm
yeah.
pumping it up so much, oxygenating it so much with lots and lots of reps, for a longer period of time, which has allowed me to exert
Mhm.
the muscle under stressful times for longer periods of time at full power. So but it's all for jujitsu, man, every bit of it. And then,
Absolutely.
hey, how another thing I was talking about? I wish I would have started a journal, like a jujitsu diary, like type thing. When I started, I didn't know I was going to be doing it it was one of those things like, oh, I love it, but I didn't know if I'd still be doing it 6 months, 4 months, a year, whatever. So I didn't really start anything, right? But I still kind of tracked what I did through taking pictures, time frames, different kind of stuff like that. Well, today, with what happened and everything, I really wish I had one now because pretty monumental for me, even though it's not really that big of a deal for tons of people or really at all, period. Just the fact that I'm gonna coach my own class tomorrow, it's pretty epic for me. I could be like day one, for the first time I ever got to coach. So
Hey man, this right here would be a good step for starting that journal you're talking about. Or even creating your own YouTube channel. You upload a video and then you put Joe whatever, and then post it to that video of
well, I
that.
thought about maybe starting soon and writing a sort of a little memoir of my first year
Hmm.
and go back because I got the medals and everything from my first year of competition, you know, from one going from amateur to pro, or whatever type fucking thing. So I don't know. I just think it's pretty cool. What we're doing right now is doing some of that though, visually. A lot of times this is how people do it now anyway. They're not writing and they're fucking making
Right. You
video
got
logs and video
it's all
blogs. So what
it's
we're
all
doing right now
controlled.
is doing that, but just in a different format.
I mean, like I say, hopefully 3-4 years from now you start making some money from it or somehow. I don't know. But that'd be years away.
Hey man, we gonna blow up one of these days, bro.
But
Hey, so
if you keep plugging at it, it'll
there's been
plug
some
up.
moments, man, some good content we've picked up over the last few weeks of recording all these little conversations and
Oh,
little hangouts and stuff.
yeah.
There's been a few moments that were some funny dialogues been thrown around. here and there, and some jokes and different. Yeah, it's gonna pick up, man. And you know what? You said you wanted to get rich, famous, this and this.
I
Like
don't know about
inspire.
rich. I mean,
Well,
I would like to be
inspire
just
inspire people. This. But you know what, dude? I have a lot of fun doing this just for me too. You know what I mean?
I
And
wouldn't
just
say
for
I would like to do this and nothing else. But that, I mean, that would be it. But I wouldn't say have to be rich, but as long as you can, maintain my bills and everything like that, it'd be fine for me. I
you know,
really,
be
I
real
really,
rad.
I'm really not a vacation type of person, so
Yeah.
I don't go
You,
traveling too much.
you know, be real cool, man. If at some point we can have an editor and like a producer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is the idea I got for the show today, and let's do this. Blah blah blah. And then we got a guy that cuts and edits and does all that. Oh man, that'd be rad, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
All you
Hey
had to do is
man,
just send that motherfucker some videos.
I know I'm eating an apple. Did you go get an apple?
I sure did.
What kind did you get?
Uh, I think it's what I don't know, but it's kind of like red and it's a mix between the red and the green.
Huh?
One of those hybrid apples.
It was like one of those Granny Smith apples. Is that what it was? I don't know. This one
It
was
was.
called a Pink Lady. I only know that because it had a sticker on it that said that, and I got it at Crest.
I think you're a
Dude,
freak.
it is fantastic, bro. It's really good.
So you like the pink ladies?
Well, this is the one I got. It's called a Pink Lady. It's not really pink. It's just called that. I had one called a Cosmic Crisp. That one's pretty good too. I like them sweet, dude. I don't like a sour apple, man.
Uh, you know what? Me either. I don't like sour apples. I like I normally like red apples, and I usually sometimes, but I ran out of peanut butter. I put
Mm,
chunky peanut butter on my apples.
nice.
Um, but I ran out of peanut butter. I meant to run out
Um,
of peanut. I meant to run out of peanut butter. That's the
yeah,
thing too.
peanut butter is good, dude, but it has so much sugar in
Too
it,
much.
man.
I was eating too much of it.
Yeah,
But
it has too
I'll
much
buy
sugar
some.
in it.
I'll buy some after the tournament.
Yeah,
But I ran
that'd
out
be
on
cool.
purpose.
Okay,
Hey! I'm baking some sweet potatoes right now as we speak.
nice.
I got two uh huge sweet potatoes.
Do
Fucking
you know
hit.
what's funny?
What's that?
I ate one recently. I steamed it, right? And
Yeah,
I just like when it was, I let it, I think I made two of them or something, and it set out and cooled for a while so you could pick it up, it wasn't that hot. I peeled it, dude, on one end like a banana, and I
yeah.
just ate it. I ate it like that, right out of the casing, right out of the skin, like you would eat a banana. Dude, it was good, man. It was
That's
like it was perfectly cooked because it was like a tiny bit firm, but it was soft enough to just eat right out of it. And it was a little bit, it cooked down enough to where it was kind of sweet.
yeah.
Dude, I think it was so good. The next sweet potato I ate it the same way. Just
Mhm.
peeled it and ate it like a banana.
That's how I
But
do my like. I have it. I wash it off a little bit.
yeah,
Well, basically rinse
well,
it off
yeah,
and then put it in the pan.
I,
Put it in the
I,
oven.
I don't eat the skin part of the sweet potato. Even though it's supposed to be packed with nutrients and whatnot, I don't.
No, I don't eat the skin either. Not,
I
but
will have
I mean,
yellow like
back on a regular potato, on a like when you get a steak and potato at a restaurant,
yeah
I do I do eat the skin
of the
of the
rust
potato
like a
on a,
russet potato. Oh, cause they're
on a loaded potato without
oh yeah,
sour
cause
cream.
you know
I eat the
why? Cause
skin.
they like put oil on it and like salt and shit. They're good, man.
Oh, Oh, okay. Well,
Like usually they'll take the whole potato, right? And they'll put oil on it and rub it all over the whole potato and then wrap them up in foil and then they'll bake it and then after they get it open, they hit it with a little salt. I think that's why it crisps up the skin a little bit.
yeah.
But hey, you like bananas?
I mean,
We were talking about fruit.
well,
I
yeah,
was gonna ask you
yeah. I mean, I buy all like when I go shopping, I buy bananas, oranges, grapes.
bananas are the same thing too, man. Grapes too. So much sugar, bro.
Hey,
They're
man, but
like
they're good
I
snacks. They're good
I
snacks.
know they're 90% water too. They're like one of the most besides watermelon. I think
Yeah,
grapes are the next most hydrating fruit you can eat because all the water content. But
yeah.
they're also really high in sugar. And so is a banana. Did you know a banana is even worse for you when you blend it? It's supposed to become it does something to it. It breaks it down some
Yeah, I
way.
heard that fruit, they say when you eat it, no, if you drink it, it turns into sugar faster than it's supposed to.
Yeah, you're supposed to eat it and not blend it. And some of
Right,
it,
right.
they
I heard that
some
too.
of it, they don't even recommend you cut some of it. Like
Uh,
some kinds of fruits. Well, the reason I was asking about bananas is I like to eat them now when they're like old and like bruised up, dude. I used to never eat a banana if it had like even the slightest spot on the outside of it. I would only eat like the most yellow bananas, right? But now, like, I let them sit around until they're like,
now you like the brown. I got
dude, I eat them. They look like they're rotten almost on the outside, but then when you peel them open, dude, they're
you.
like kind of ugly. They're kind of ugly. They're so sweet and good though. But I figured out if you put them in the drawer of the refrigerator,
Yeah.
it wilts the outside of the banana and turns
Yeah.
it, dark and kind of yucky.
Yeah.
But the inside stays nice still. Although it makes it moist and soft, it doesn't make it bruised like the outside of it does.
So
So I stuck
you
some.
like it
Yeah, I used to not,
you
but
like your bananas almost molded. Is that what you're saying?
no, I just like them bruised up a bit. But
I got
before I had my, slip and fall, whack my head, I used to not like bananas that way, but now I do. And I also would never eat mustard on like a sandwich or some shit like that. Now I eat mustard a lot and pickles. I used to never eat pickles,
okay.
and now,
If you didn't use mustard, what did you use?
well, like on a corn dog or a hot dog or like something like that, I would use
Like
ketchup.
would it be like a ranch
I
or
would not,
like a ham?
no.
This is like a hamburger.
I've never really used ranch much. I would put ketchup like 90, especially if it's a hot dog or a corn dog or something, ketchup. Um, I would sometimes put like brown mustard, like a Dijon, like the Grey Poupon or
Oh
stuff. Like I
yeah.
would put that sometimes because it's kind of spicy.
Oh,
But I never liked yellow mustard. I just couldn't do it right. But now I like it. It was the sourness, had like a lot of vinegar because it's pickled.
mm.
But like I used
What was that?
to same thing with pickles. I'll eat a pickle, but I would never eat it on a burger or on a sandwich. Now I will. Something's fucking
Uh,
wrong with me, man. I'm fucking weird.
and what was that commercial? Pass the mustard, and there was someone say, "This is Dijon."
Pass the
Was
Grey
that
Poupon. No, he would
pass the
say,
mustard? This is Grey
no, the
Poupon.
dude, the dude would
Right?
say,
How they go?
the dude would say, hey, would you pass the jelly? And they'd be like, it was the fucking Palerner all fruit. This is the Palerner all fruit. It's a fruit spread. The dude would be like, will you pass the jelly? They would have a fucking fit. Nah, man. The thing about the Grey Poupon though,
Grey
they
Poupon.
would they would be like some fancy, like two limos would be cruising and stop up next to each other, and one window would roll down, and the other guy'd be like, "Pardon me,
Oh, I
would
remember
you
that.
have
I
any?
remember
Would
that.
you have any gray poupon?" He'd be
Yeah,
like, "But of course," and he'd pull a fucking jar out of his limo like he'd have it in the fridge back there. Hey,
right.
you ever eat that shit? It'll take your breath away, man. It's got like a lot of horseradish in it or something.
I've had it a couple of
It,
times. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
yeah,
Had a
yeah,
few
it's
times.
okay, but I'd rather have like a stone ground mustard or something like that. So,
I know,
oh
right?
man. So, yeah. So what's the plan, man? I'm teaching class tomorrow. I told you that you're not going to be there. You're going out of town. It's your brother's birthday.
Yeah, it's my brother's birthday. The plan is in the morning we're gonna meet up at Temple Fitness around about 10,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to hit the road around about maybe 11:30.
Hey, shout out your brother, man. What's his name again?
Elton Dublin.
Elton. Elton
Yeah,
Dublin.
El, my brother Elton Dublin, number one of seven.
Oh man, number one of seven. So he's the eldest.
His
He's had to
mother,
put.
his mother,
So he's had to put up with you and everything in between, huh? That guy's seen it all, man. Well,
we had to
dude,
put up with
shout
each
out
other.
to Elton Dublin. Happy birthday
Elton
to
Dublin,
him,
number one
man.
of seven.
I wish him a lot of
His
more happy
father's name is
birthdays, man.
Elton Herman Hireman Dublin. Mother's name is Rose Whitted Dublin.
Nice. Definitely, definitely. Hey, man.
Yeah,
I know about your parents, but are all your brothers and sisters still around? Or you still got all your
yeah,
siblings?
yeah. So
That's
far,
good.
yeah.
That's good. You got a lot of nieces and nephews?
I got man
Because all my siblings are step, right? Or
one,
half sisters and
two.
brothers, right? I got four half sisters and a half brother, dude. So between all of us, we got a bang of kids, bro.
Man, I got about six, 5 to 6 nieces and nephews, and then I got about 4 or 5.
So roughly about a
If
couple
you ask
each.
me to count, I don't know,
Yeah, but I'm
but
just
I
saying.
got
So,
some.
but
I got some.
roughly a couple from each
Five or
sibling,
six,
though.
five or six,
Yeah,
five or
yeah.
six.
Because my like I was saying, man, we're all half, right? Different
Yeah,
dads and whatnot. So on my dad's side, I got two half sisters and a half brother, and on my mom's side, I got two half sisters. But man, each of them brothers and sisters got quite a few kids, man. Not so much on my dad's side, but on my mom's side, especially, we all got a lot of kids, man. So it's all good though, man. It ain't like when we was back in the day though. Like I grew up with my cousins like they were my brothers, and
yeah,
at times we all lived at my grandma's, or we're there for the summer or whatever. So it's
yeah. I
different
told
now,
my
man.
ex. Yeah, I told my ex that families and all that kind of shit, that we used to have. We don't live in the same neighborhoods like we used to. Like
No,
back in the day, your uncles might be living in the next
couple
neighborhood
streets
over.
over.
So yeah,
Yeah, keep it close.
your
Hey, it's
mother.
kind of like that. You say that though. It's kind of like it is like that for me right now. My sister lives like half a mile away from me, right around the corner. My aunt lives right over there by the Taco Bell, right around the corner on the other side. Uh, my grandma's in Mustang, which ain't that too far. And then
Yeah,
between my house and or between Temple and Mustang, my uncle lives there, and then my other uncle lives in Tuttle, right there down the street. So we're all pretty close. Hey man, I want to go invade Tuttle one of these days.
Tuttle.
You know, yeah, the
That
Tuttle
gym in
boys.
Tuttle,
Yes, I do.
or you just want to go hang out with them?
I want to go there and hang out. That's for sure.
I don't know where did
Uh,
they are. You talking about wherever they hang out, or you want to grapple with them?
I want to go to the Apex where they were training at in Total. I want to
Oh,
find out
gotcha.
when their open mat is sometime. Well, they're always coming in invading our gym. You know what I mean? Even though they kind of train there now, but they still cross train there and talk about it. And I'd like to
Oh, I
go.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
At least I think they do some, or still go to open mat or whatever. But I know it's not very far away. I used to think Total was like quite a ways. It's literally when you're in Mustang, which isn't far from us. It's like 7 minutes drive, dude.
Okay.
Like it's like you drive south to Mustang, which from Temple would take us 7 minutes to get to Mustang. It would take another
Yeah.
7 minutes to get to Tuttle. It ain't very far at all. It's like right over a bridge. It seems like it's far, but it's right there.
Okay.
But anyway, that'll be cool. Well, man, I'm gonna wrap it up, dude. It was a good stream tonight, man. We got to talk about some good stuff and give some shout outs to some peeps. And I'm looking forward to our adventure tomorrow. We're gonna do a little
Yeah.
bit of
Steve.
new stuff. We're gonna do a little bit of the same stuff. We're gonna do a little bit of fun stuff. So, hey, I gotta figure something out too. I went to do some pull-ups tonight, man, and it was difficult. I don't know if it's because I haven't done it in a while or if I got something needs strengthened back up or what, but we're gonna figure it out. But anyway,
You
man, it was good. It was good rolling with you today and having class with you and streaming and everything. And I'm
gotta
gonna get
use your
off here,
third eye,
dude.
Joe.
Yeah, shout out to
Use your
everybody at
third. Use
Conquest.
your third eye.
Yeah, I'm gonna reflect on the day, man. Think about tomorrow and visualize, and I'll see you then, man. Peace, brother.
All right, Joe. You have a good evening.
You too, my man. Later. Let's see here. I can't leave.
Get the kick from Joe's gun. I guess I gotta wrap it up somehow. That was Joe. I'm I'm gonna end this video and we are working on as a jiu-jitsu wise, we're working on some things, some sequences. I think we're gonna be give about 8 or 9 more months. We're gonna be a top team force to be reckoned with. And I look forward to pushing Team Conquest over the tipping point to good side of good. There's nothing new going on. Later, bros.